And it's easier to blame somebody else than to have another reason to be mad at yourself. It's much easier to push someone away than it is to face the fact that there's some things that you can't fake. Round here we know them by name. Every demon that you face. Hello. Welcome to my live stream. I'm Michelle Cashman and I'm going to sing some songs for you this evening. I feel like my head is really a weird color right now, but that's okay. We'll let's just bring the brightness down a little bit. Maybe that'll help. Okay, so let's have a look here. If you're watching on Facebook or YouTube or wherever you're watching, please say hi in the comments. I like to know who I'm singing to. So you'll have to excuse me tonight. I've got a bit of a cold happening, and I've had all of the remedies. I've done all of the things. I can breathe through my nose thanks to nasal spray and decongestants, but we'll just see how the voice goes tonight. First song that I'm going to do. Hi Sandra, how are you? Hopefully I haven't given you my cold, because yeah, the runny nose that I had yesterday has turned into a proper cold. First song I'm going to do tonight is The Trigger and the Gun. Let's see how we go. I've been pacing this floor like it's gonna get me somewhere. It's a well-worn track, doesn't take me long to get here. And with all this history running through my veins, it's a script and a scene and it's stuck on replay. And I've grown tired of buying in, playing games that I was never gonna win. If I'm the trigger, best chance that I have is to run. Every conversation is the same damn story. I'm sure every one of my friends think it's getting boring. And I can finally see my part in the problems, and that nothing I do is ever really gonna solve them. And I've grown tired of buying in, playing games that I was never gonna win. If I'm the trigger, you're the gun. The best chance that I have is to run. seems that I was never gonna win. If I'm the trigger, you're the gun. The best chance that I have is to run. If I'm the trigger, you're the gun. The best chance that I have is to run. That was The Trigger and the Gun, a song that I wrote about relationships. And, you know, I'm listening. It's funny when I write songs and I listen to the lyrics later, like much later, and they have new meanings. It's kind of like when you watch something like The Lord of the Rings, and every time you watch it, you see something new that you haven't noticed before. And the line that really jumped out at me in that song tonight was, with all this history running through my veins. It's a script in a scene and it's stuck on replay. There is so much to my background, so much of my history, so many things that I went through that have changed my wiring, that, you know, I've got to be so mindful of that in my day-to-day life when things happen and I know that I'm activated by that. You know, I've got to wade through the truth of things to go, am I reacting to this situation as it actually is, or am I reacting to this situation from a lens, from a nervous system that is like panicking here because this is a script. I've been here before. This is so similar to this other thing. And it's, you know, I'm going to say that it's bloody exhausting at the moment. Hi, Sandra. Hi, Stuart. Hi, Cameron. I'm actually pretty sick, but I'm pushing through tonight. I've got a ginger and honey and lemon and chamomile tea. Just chucking everything in the tea. So you'll have to excuse my sniffing because one thing that I did forget to bring was the tissues. Yay! And you can already see I'm red under the nose from all the tissuing. Tissuing? Yeah. Anyway, I'm going to, wow, Stuart, a 5-kilometre walk. That's pretty cool. My week's been interesting. Let's just say that. Hey, Benjamin. I thank you very much. I will do my best to get better. Let's move on to another song, shall we? Because my week is not the kind of week I want to talk about tonight. It's not been so great, but that's okay. You know, what do they say? What's the saying? This too shall pass. Here we go. This one is called Dream. I wrote this when I found myself dating for the first time in a long time, and I really wanted to, I missed love, and it was really, you know, I can be a little bit guarded, and, you know, probably on purpose and rightfully so. But it's just like, there's so much out there, so many people out there that are just wanting to just like keep flicking through people like they're a commodity. Anyway, this is called Dream. It can be hard to see through my skin. Armor is heavy when you're out on a limb, but difficulty is a thing we don't need at this age. So we keep passing through turning a page. What I'd give for a night to lay in the arms of a lover, to be held safe and warm, knowing I am adored. Not a chance, it ain't happening. But I can close my eyes and dream. I got a life I chose on my own. It came at the price of being alone. What I'd give for a chance to be held close and dance with a lover, to be touched by a man with love in his hands. Not a hope, it ain't happening. But I can close my eyes and dream. But I can close my eyes and like a bird in the wind, fish in the sea, breeze through a tree. I can dream. I can excuse me. Just like all the sniffing. Oh, okay. A little bit more tea, I think. I can feel the croakiness. I'm just trying to like not push. Just trying to keep things nice and smooth. Yeah, I'm just glad that it's working, Sandra, at this point. I wasn't sure. So the next song that I'm going to do for you guys is a song that I wrote about being sensitive. I have been sensitive, extra sensitive, my whole entire life. I pick up things before other people do. I smell things that other people don't necessarily smell straight away, which can be really handy, you know, if you don't want to set your house on fire when you accidentally leave the gas on, things like that. But it can also come with some challenges. It's really easy for me to be overstimulated. Places like the supermarkets, you know, like those the big malls, and you know, even like just Woolworths, all the lights and everything just kind of comes at me all at once at times, and yeah, that's, if I'm going to have a panic attack, it's generally in a supermarket. Thankfully, we've got online shopping these days and noise cancelling headphones and things like that, because that has been a game changer for me. So this is a song that I wrote about being sensitive, I guess. And you're so welcome, Cameron. I really needed to to do this for myself. I'm wanting to keep showing up for my music, and I'm wanting to give it the time that it deserves. And sometimes I'm running out of energy at the moment, and it's still it's still something that I want to do for myself. Oh, and thank you for that, Benjamin. Thank you so much. And that's 11 years is pretty cool. 11 months is really good too. Any time for someone who's struggled is awesome. All right, here we go. I'm a little sensitive. I'm a little sensitive. I've always been this way. I've got so much to give, only so much I can take. Bright nights, loud noise can bring me to my knees. I have no choice, no way to find release, and I struggle nearly every single day, wishing I was any other way. Since I was a little kid, I've been a little sensitive. I'm a little sensitive. I've always been so raw, I'm argumentative. I'm better than I was, but that smell, that voice shoots lightning through my core. One shot, I'm down, can't think straight anymore. And it doesn't seem to matter what I do, or how much I wanna change all this for you. Since I was a little kid, I've been a little sensitive. I'm a little sensitive. I won't apologize for that, it's not always a negative. Though it feels like broken glass inside my mind, there's things that you can't see. It's my life, my heart, and the gift that God gave me. It's hard to just accept the way I am, but I'm learning how to be okay with that. Ever since I was a little kid, I've been a little sensitive. I'm a little sensitive. It comes with different joys, a certain kind of ecstasy. If I could shut out all the noise, I can't sleep, but I think deep, and I love with all my heart. And when life hurts, I write words to let the healing start. The cracks are where all the light comes through, and I sing the stories, spilling out the truth. Ever since I was a little kid, since I went through the things I did, I'm a little sensitive. I'm a little sensitive. I'm a little sensitive. It's not going away, that sensitivity. It is part of that neurological wiring, and I have struggled with it so hard. And it's the precise thing that is what makes me a songwriter. It's that extra sensitivity that I have to pay attention to these things and gather these dots. You know, I've always thought about it like every day I'm out there gathering dots or threads, you know, and it's what I do. It's how my brain works. And it's like if I have enough downtime, if I've got enough space, then I have the ability to put these in order and create something beautiful, something magical out of it. But if I don't have enough time and space, it just gets all tangled up and I feel more and more like I'm trapped in a giant spider web like Frodo in The Lord of the Rings. And I feel so close to just, incapacity. So songwriting for me is almost like a necessity. So it's one of those things that I don't have a choice in. I am a songwriter. This is how I'm wired. But it's also something that I'm privileged to be able to do. Hi, John. How are you? Better late than never. So I don't know where I was going with that story, but it's just, I guess, one of those things. Just one of those things, yeah. This next one that I'm going to do is every demon that you face. So. Before I do it, I've actually got to cut my nails. I am struggling a little tonight, John. I'm sick, but I'm still here. I'm still having a crack, seeing how it'll go. I might just have another little tea. I've taken decongestants and all sorts of stuff because this afternoon I couldn't even breathe through my nose at all. So I've taken all of the things, all of the natural remedies and all of the pharmaceuticals as well. So I've thrown everything at it. Here we go. Every demon that you face. I know that when you look at me, all your past and history is clouding your vision. You only see what you're thinking. I know that when I catch your eye, you're hesitant to even smile, keeping your distance, trying to control all your feelings. And it's easier to blame somebody else than to having all the reason to be mad at yourself. It's much easier to push someone away than it is to face the facts that there's some things that you can't fake. Round here we know them by name. Every demon that you face. I know that when you walked in here, your heart was gripped in awful fear. Trying to conceal it, you stare at the marks on the ceiling. I know that just to say your name, your whole damn body shakes with shame, thinking, how did I get here? I don't belong here. And it's easier to blame somebody else than to have another reason to be mad at yourself. It's It's much easier to push someone away than it is to face the fact that there's some things that you can't fake. Round here we know them by name. Every demon that you face. And it's a long, long road that you stepped out on. Most people still get lost along the way. Most people lose themselves and everybody else before they decide the course is worth the stay. And it's easier to blame somebody else than to have another reason to be mad at yourself. It's much easier to push someone away than it is to face the fact that there's some things that you can't fake. Round here we know them by name. Every demon that you face. I didn't give you an intro to that song. I didn't explain what that song was about. So, anyone got a guess? I'd be interested to see if some of you remember, because some of you would know from me telling you before, but someone else might be just having a guess. Hi, Ned, if that's you. I'm pretty sure it's you. Happy Easter to you also. All right, let's have a look here. I wanted to say thank you for any tips that were in the jar, but there's no tips in the jar. So that's okay. Let's move on. We'll go to a new song. I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to do a song for Cameron. So, the question, John, was what was that song about? So, yes, I hope you feel better, Cameron. Yes, I'm going through the tissues, like I'm going to have to start chopping my own trees down. All right, this one is Don't, and I know it's your favourite, so I hope you enjoy. Don't say things I wanna hear. The words that you might say will just get in the way. Don't place your hands upon my skin. If love's only in your hands, my heart won't understand. If you think you're gonna love me, but you know one day you won't. If you know you're gonna leave because we're taking different roads. If you think you wanna love me tonight and tomorrow that you won't. Don't speak tenderly to me. Don't send me different signs. Don't linger on the line. Don't hold me in your arms or brush the hair from off my face if I am easily replaced. If you think you're gonna love me, but you know one day you won't. If you know you're gonna leave because we're taking different roads. If you think you wanna love me tonight, tomorrow that you won't. Don't look at me so passionately, don't say you care affectionately, don't stand so close intentionally, don't let me breathe you in. If you think you're gonna love me, but you know one day you won't. If you think you're gonna leave because we're taking different roads. If you think you wanna love me tonight and tomorrow that you won't. Don't. Well, that one was pretty straightforward, don't you think? Like, if you were gonna guess the meaning behind that, that one's pretty straightforward. It's that idea of, you know, someone maybe being interested, but not interested enough for the long term, and how dangerous that can be. All right, let's sing another song. It's been a little while, right, since I've sung I Don't Answer to You. Like, it's been forever. So let's try that. I don't even know. Hi, Lou. Thank you so much. Yeah, I'm here. I'm hanging in. I'll stay away from the microphone when I do that so it doesn't blast your eardrums. Okay, I've got notes. So the answer to what capo this song is on is actually in my notes. Yay. Thank you, previous Michelle, for making notes. I wrote this one about this recurring argument that I was having with someone where they were accusing me of things that I hadn't done. And I had been working really, really hard on my integrity. Otherwise, I would have told them, yeah, you're right. Now just get out of my face. But I couldn't even make something up, you know. So I wrote this instead because I just thought, you know what, I don't actually have to answer. I don't have to get into an argument with you about things. You can think whatever you want to. I don't need to tell you what to believe anymore, and I don't answer to you. So here it is, yay! You've pushed me right to the edge. Contorted and twisted words that I've said. It's just like you're waiting to see what I'm gonna do. Or maybe you want me to hurt, 'cause it's still hurting you. But I refuse to play victim. I refuse to play hope. You don't dictate to me who I am anymore. You're painting me guilty. What else can I do? I'm not playing your games. I don't answer to you. I've been blue in the face with a misguided conviction you'd forgive me someday. But something is telling me you wanna hang on to the pain, like it's the one thing that justifies you righteously shifting the blame. But I refuse to play victim. I refuse to play whole. You don't dictate to me who I am anymore. You're painting me guilty. What else can I do? I'm not playing your games. I don't answer to you. To you. And if you want to carry on like a child, you can do it on your own time. 'Cause I refuse to play victim. I refuse to play whole. You don't dictate to me who I am anymore. You painted me guilty. What else can I do? I'm not playing your games. Man, I love that song. I haven't played that in forever. I really, really do love that song. It's such a like there's a feeling behind that, like a real like solidness. Like I don't have to. I don't know what's the word. Like I know you don't answer to you, obviously, but it's just that whole, in any circumstances, we get to choose where we spend our energy and what we engage in. And it's just so powerful to walk away from things that don't serve us. That's the definition of wisdom right there, I reckon. Okay, so let's go with another song. Has anyone got any requests? Yeah, it's true, right? If you want to carry on like a child, you can do it on your own time. Yeah, I've got things to do. Let them, yeah, exactly. I did read that book. When I say read, I mean I listened to it. I listened to her. I'm going to sing The Perfect Day because I love it. This one is a song that I wrote with Lucy and Mandy at the She Retreat. All right, Mother's Love, I'll do that after this one. This one is The Perfect Day. Sun is shining, birds are singing, there's a soft summer breeze. In the silence, I'm reminded I'm allowed to breathe. I can fill my cup
let it be enough. I remember to surrender to the light in me. I'll just lay here, floating, stay here on the open sea. Sunlight holding me, washing over me. Every heartbeat now keeps me here somehow. I can move and change like the breaking waves. Every rise and fall is the siren's call. There's some room for grace on a perfect day. On a perfect day. In the moment when I hold it, I am filled with love. In the nature, in the water, in the clouds above, where I'm meant to be. I am wild and free. Every heartbeat now keeps me here somehow. I can move and change like the breaking waves. Every rise and fall is the siren's call. There's some room for grace on a perfect day. On a perfect day. On a perfect day. Every heartbeat now keeps me here somehow. I can move and change like the breaking waves. Every rise and fall is the siren's call. There's some room for grace on a perfect day.
Oh, I just need, to listen to that song when I'm losing it like I've been all week. I can't even laugh when I go, I'm losing my voice. Oh dear. Okay, now we had a request. Hey Chang, nice to see you. I hope you are well. Are you musicking? What's going on in your world? So nice to see you pop up. All right, now A Mother's Love was the request, and this is a song that I wrote about being a mum, and it's the struggles of the teen years, because everyone says, oh, toddlers, they're so so full of beans, it'll wear you out, you'll be so tired, or there's bits and pieces like that, but nobody ever warns you what having a teenager will do. And my son's 21 now, and I wonder sometimes if this is just this forever thing that you signed up for.
No one told me it would be like this. No one spoke about the sleeplessness. No one mentioned all the tears I'd cry, just trying to survive. No one talks about the thought it takes, or just how much a mother's heart will break, holding love that moves the galaxy, broken hearts and bended knees. There are moments when I wonder if one wrong move will pull me under. But nothing in this world can make me prouder. Nothing that I'll do, nothing that I've done, nothing in this world could make me prouder. And nothing else could bring me so undone. That's the double-edged sword of a mother's love. No one told me of the gravity, the burden of responsibility, how the choices, whether wrong or right, seemed to add up overnight. No one mentioned all the guilt I'd face, trying to stretch myself in different ways. No one taught me how I'm meant to teach, or how to practice what I preach. There are moments when I'm messy. I pray to God you'll show me mercy. Nothing in this world could make me prouder. Nothing that I'll do, nothing that I've done, nothing in this world could make me prouder. Nothing else could bring me so undone. That's the double-edged sword of a mother's love. There are times I feel defeated, when I can't give what you needed. I know it can be tough, but I'm still showing up. And nothing in this world could make me prouder. Nothing that I'll do, nothing that I've done, nothing in this world could make me prouder. And nothing else could bring me so undone. That's the double-edged sword of a mother's love. That's the double-edged sword of a mother's love.
And there you go. A mother's love, hey? Yeah. Ah, there is a tip in my jar. Thank you. Thank you so much for putting a tip in the jar. Lou, thank you so much. And thank you so much, Sandra, for putting a tip in the jar. You legends. Thank you. I'm very much appreciating this, like a robot. Ah, yeah. A mother's love. Oh, well, I'm glad to hear from you, Chang. I'm glad that you're still doing some gigs. I have not been doing gigs. I've only just got back into live streaming. I damaged my hand pretty good last year, and now I'm just kind of getting back in the swing of things, and yeah, it's a journey. So next up is it's a song about the little things, and the silver linings. I think when we're going through really tough times, it's important to look for them. This week's been a roller coaster, and I'm not going to pretend that it was a great week and that everything's great and wonderful. I'm struggling, and I keep reminding myself that this too shall pass, and it's made worse by the being sick, because I want to take action. I want to fix things, and it's like you can't, when you're sick, you don't have the same amount of energy, and if I don't rest, I'm not going to get any better. So it's important, I think, to look for things, look for the silver linings, look for the acts of kindness. And it might be in the look. Someone looks at you and really sees you. It could be in someone's kind words. It could be tips in your jar. It could be the little frangipani flowers that are finally grown on my frangipani that wasn't flowering. There's so many different things, and it's important to be on the receiving end of them, but it's also important to put them out as well. And that's partially why I wanted to do my live stream, because I know that it can be a comforting thing for some people, and that just having that little connection point can be quite meaningful. So I'm still here, and I'm really grateful for everyone that's that supports my work, that enables me to keep showing up. I'm glad you're in a better place too, Stuart. I'm so glad. And you can see it, I see photos of you at the moment, and you look so much more present and glowy. Thank you for the tip in my jar, Cameron. I can see because the comments have come up. My queen is thanking you guys. So this last song that I'm going to do for you is it's about all those little things. It's called The Simple Things That Save Us. And, I just encourage you to look for that throughout your day, throughout your week, especially if you're struggling. Look for those little glimmers of hope or love, like the good things, the world is a little bit messy and horrible at the moment, and that can weigh on us. It makes it a little bit even more important to look for these things and to extend them. So this is The Simple Things That Save Us. Thank you for joining me.
It's the turn we take at the fork in the gravel road. Those last 5 miles when you've been missing home. arms of a lover when you don't wanna be alone. It's the wisdom and hope in the stories we were told. It's the warm cup of tea on the nightstand growing cold. That one deep breath when you need it and it shows. It might seem easy, but it's hard to understand how something so small that ain't that hard to comprehend could be our savior. Like the wind that changes, these are the simple things that save us. It's the words of a stranger your heart needed to hear. It's the teacher that wouldn't let your talent disappear. The quiet strength that you find when you face your fear. It's the call of the bird that reminds you of the coast. The smell of the rain you're watching through the windows. The friend that calls just when you need it most. And it might seem easy, but it's hard to understand how something so small that ain't that hard to comprehend could be our savior. Like the wind that changes, these are the simple things that save us. When you need that break in the weather, sometimes it takes just a glimmer, that sweet silver lining, the red in the letters, when you're right at the end of your tether. It's the smallest things that keep you together. And it might seem easy, but it's hard to understand how something so small that ain't that hard to comprehend could be our savior. Like the wind that changes, these are the simple things that save us.
Everything's creaking. Me and the chair. Thank you. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for your kind words. Thank you for the tips in the jar. I very much appreciate it. Yes, John, I saw your comment before about your ADHD diagnosis. I think that was the song I Don't Answer to You. And I got diagnosed ADHD last year. So I had my ADHD diagnosis a year or two before that. And I don't talk about it much. I don't talk about it on social media because people get crucified for it. If people don't understand or people just don't think it's relevant to them, you know, why is everybody talking about it now? And, you know, it would have been, even my doctor said, you know, like you couldn't have autism, Michelle. Like Asperger's maybe, but not autism, which is hilarious because, you know, I could have spat the DSM at her, but, you know, you let the experts do what the experts do. And if our diagnoses are what helps us understand ourselves better, and more importantly, realise that we do have special needs, and if we meet those needs, we can actually survive and function and not have maybe debilitating panic attacks, anxiety, meltdowns, shutdowns, and hospitalizations from burnout. So I think it's so important, and I think I need to get a little bit braver to talk about, because it's important that people see people that represent them, that they can relate to. And fuck the haters. Excuse my language. I hope I didn't offend anybody. But that's how I feel. So thank you everybody for joining me. Thank you for the tips in my jar. Thank you to those of you who are my patrons. I love you guys. And as always, thank you for your company, and I will see you next time. Hopefully when I'm feeling better and my voice is working better too. But I'm just so glad it lasted for this long. So look at that. We did a full show. We didn't even have to pike halfway. Perfect. Thanks everyone.
I know you can't see straight when all you're seeing is rain. I know you're missing the sunshine, all you're feeling is pain. It might not be tomorrow, sure ain't today, but there's blue skies, you just have to wait for the clouds to roll away. Sometimes it feels like everything is ending, like all your hopes and dreams have been torn down, and all the plans you made don't seem to matter, and the ruin and the wreckage all around. But hope is hanging out on the horizon, if you can find the strength to turn and lift your gaze, knowing that no storm can last forever, even though right now it doesn't feel that way. I know you can't see straight when all you're seeing is rain. I know you're missing the sunshine, all you're feeling is pain. It might not be tomorrow, it sure ain't today, but there's blue skies, you just have to wait for the clouds to roll away. And even when you're in your darkest hour, when you don't have the strength